This video brought to you in part by these fantastic sponsors.
You can make me a refresh slave. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna be doing account review. You didn't use your daily flags up there yet. So that's the first thing that you did wrong and that I'm sad about. Let me capture cursor so that you can, I guess it is capturing cursor. It's not capturing this cursor in this. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, so you gotta be using those. You need to make sure that even if nothing else, you're doing your NPC opponents. Like always use that up and always be doing ABH. Always be doing hells. Want to make sure you get those because just the extra points and the sky stones are super worth. So yeah. Okay, so Ame, you're looking to just get a better idea of where you need to go, struggling in PvP a little bit, from what I understand, and just kind of trying to get an idea of what the next steps are for your account, right? If I am correct. So let's take a look at what you got here. Star-wise. You're gonna want to probably change up your gear on Soul. You want a little bit more critical hit damage on this, but I mean at the moment that's not too bad. You're gonna want to I mean the neck is okay. What you should probably shoot for is crit destruction on him, or you could go multiple crit sets with a crit damage necklace, but we'll get over that. So let's take a look at what you got here. I mean, you've got Vildred. Vildred's a good farmer. Watcher Shuri, you got the double Destinas. Are you going to be using the Destina to limit break herself? Was that what you were going for there? Extra health. I mean, the imprint wouldn't be bad on her, for sure. Arbiter Vildred is going to be pretty clutch for you. I assume that he's who you're going with next. You can probably... How much stigma do you have on here? Oh, you don't have too much. Okay. 3330. Okay, that's good. She's your next 6-star after your PvP teams. Yeah, I would prioritize, since you just got Arbiter Vildred, I would 100% prioritize him. Because realistically, even after the nerf, he's still not going to be terrible. They're just going to reduce his damage a little bit, but I still think that he's going to be usable for sure. So make sure that he's a priority for you. I would also prioritize Dizzy, because having that extra bit of health and stuff like that from the 6-star is going to help out a lot with her tank ability. She's a little slow here. You're gonna want to shoot for like 220 minimum on Dizzy, unless you're just making her super fat. Now, yeah, like what other artifacts do you have available? You should swap out to Crown, honestly. Unless you're gonna run a max limit broken tag heals on Dizzy, the fact that you have an Abyssal Crown is going to be way better, because that extra chance on her S1 to stun is really good. Personally, I run Counter Crown Dizzy, which is one of the most cancerous things that you can run into in PvP. If you're against it, not if it's yours, because if it's yours, you're not going to pretty much ever have it proc. But I would go. You need more hit points on her. Make her fat, make her tanky, give her a Counter Crown. Like maybe make her a little like speedier if you want to, if you want to like have her continuously going. But I mean, it's still not bad. Regardless, like you still have an extra 12% chance, which personally I think is better than an extra 30% chance to inflict a random debuff. Mostly because you're already going to have decreased hit chance, decreased attack, and decreased speed. So the chance of you getting something that you would already potentially have from that from the Sira Ren is going to be pretty big. So you would want to put this on somebody who has like no real debuffs that you're trying to like run debuffs with, because you don't want to overlap. So I would 100% switch it out to that Abyssal Crown, because yeah, even like the 12% is going to be better than nothing. So looking at what else you got through here, you got some Cecilias, you got Kisei. How is your Wyvern team? Do you have a Wyvern 11 team? I mean, it doesn't. I see you got Luna, you've got Ange. You don't have. You got Dizzy. Dizzy can help out in Wyvern 11, but you got Seaside Belle, which is really good for Wyvern. So yeah, it's the first one in the team menu. Let's take a look at your teams here. So you run Ange, Tam, Luna, and Seaside Belle. Are you like 100%? Does this clear it 100% of the time, Ame? I mean, it's definitely a solid team. I mean, realistically, getting that Wyvern 11 team is pretty important, like right out the gate. Let's see, health. I guess you really don't need much in the way of the devotion up here. I mean, the health definitely is going to help out with Ange, but Tam really doesn't need it too much. You might want to swap your Luna over there just in case. Do you have any problems with breaking the shield that he puts up? Because if so, usually if you don't have a tanky-ish Luna, she's not going to be able to eat like a dive bomb. So you might want to swap that over possibly. Depends on if you're ever having problems with that. Hey, what's up, Hector Mercury? But I mean, at the point you're at with your gear, Wyvern 11 is obviously going to be where you want to go until you get a good handful of sets of gear. This actually rolled pretty good. Health, attack, crit chance, effectiveness. I mean, it could have rolled better, obviously, but it's a nice spread of stats. So let's take a look at what else you have here and who you've been neglecting. So Luluka after the change is actually pretty solid. Might want to take a look at her. She's a good tag heals carrier. You want to work on one of those as well, Ame. You want to max limit break a tag heals and get it maxed out, because a lot of times that is the make it or break it in PvP. So you'll want to take this all the way to the top. I would actually, when it comes to artifacts, I would probably prioritize that right now, just so that you can run it and get that like first turn soul burn. That one is pretty good. You're gonna want to end up getting a maxed potion vial. Oh, is Hirado your tag heals carrier? Yeah, you got 24 there. What's his speed, though? He's only 162, man. The thing with, like, a Hirado is you need to go first. Also, this should absolutely be your priority. This is one of the most broken PvP units in the game right now. The ability to push any super fat attacker to the front, yeah, 100% prioritize him. Even with a Vildred, you're gonna want to build him really heavy attack, crit damage, and slow. So you're going to want to make sure that you know, yeah, that you're getting this guy up there. He can actually carry your tag heals for you because you probably don't have a max limit broken Spirit's Breath. Yeah, you don't. Or a Spirit's Breath. So on your PvP team, I would make your tag heals carrier Oxlots. Who are some of the best attackers that works with Oxlots? Judge Kisei, Ardor Vildred. I was running ML Ara for a little bit. I just made her as fat as humanly possible. Pretty much any cleaver is probably what you're going to want to run with auxiliary lots, because you make him super fast and he just punts whoever you need to the front. And if you just make them super attacky, super high damage, you just, yeah. Dude, Dizzy with Abyssal Crown is one of the most ridiculous things, Rose. I hate it so much. I just named all the units that you don't have. I mean, you could do Vildred fine. You could use like a Bell. I wouldn't use a Bell really, but let's see. I mean, who you have a General Purgus that you could work on. He's pretty good. How fast is your Ruzid? 219. I would actually take. What do you use your Ruzid for right now, Ame? The other thing too with Oxlots is you can use him with single targets like Luna to just go and just like one-shot things. So there's times where I will bring in like a single target powerhouse to Oxlots to the front to just wave over. Okay, pushing your cleave team. Yeah, so if you once you get an Oxlots leveled up, you don't have to worry too much about Ruzid. Just make sure that Oxlots is your fastest character. For your PvP defensive team, this guy is going to be an absolute beast. Do you have anything invested in him? You should probably invest in him because, well, actually, yeah, no, you should invest in him because even with a C Armin, Asscat is pretty solid. Also, for those of you who don't have Oxlots, this is budget Oxlots. He doesn't give you the attack, but he can still push things pretty quick. Ruzid, Hirado, when he has gear, Dizzy, Defense Breaker, Vildred. So that's the plan for that. See, I would go. I mean, if you're gonna go that route, I would like I said, I would take Ruzid out, make your Vildred as fat as humanly possible, and then go Hirado, Oxlots into Vildred, and then follow up with Dizzy to clean up after the fact. Okay, yeah, immunity gear on Asscat's pretty good because it prevents. The biggest thing with him is getting through the first turn. If he can get past the first turn, he's really solid. The thing is like if somebody can just kill him in the first turn where he doesn't have that guaranteed evasion, then, you know, he's not as good. So definitely want to get immunity is really good on him. I would get your Shuri up as well, especially you don't have him imprinted. He's probably one of the best imprints because he has the highest speed. And you can stack that with other speed imprints as well if you have them. Let's see, who do you have down here that you're sleeping on? Have you specialty changed your man, that's a lot of arrow wells you got there. That is a handful of arrow wells, my dude. Sea Armin, Fat Cat, SS Ock, and Dizzy are who you're working on for defensive teams. That's not a bad defensive team. That's pretty solid, honestly. How do you plan on gearing your Assassin Cartuja? Because a lot of people just go lifesteal. However, if you go extra fat, like if you go either, let's say, counterattack tanky, or if you go full HP tanky. Also, my dog likes to literally lay down right where my feet go whenever I'm standing up. So I always have to like walk, like stand around him, and it's super awkward. Lifesteal immunity, HP, attack percent, and speed on right side. Yeah, I mean, I've ran him with lifesteal prior, but I actually find him a bit better with more tankiness, like double HP, and then like effect resist. It really depends on what you have available at the moment. Yeah, lifesteal is probably going to be your best bet because you get it pretty much for free. What did you roll? Attack, health, speed, and the main weapon isn't that amazing. Like, you really want to, if you're pushing PvP, you want to start getting like some really tanky units. I feel like we're going to be shifting over to more of the stall team comps because they're pushing out a lot of like stall characters. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes, but yeah. Were you I saw you in Discord the other day talking about the counterattack Destina. Are you still planning on doing that? Hey, what's going on, Lynn? How are you doing? I would also consider, Ame, putting your Seaside Belle in your defensive team or even your PvP offensive team, because a lot of people are running cleave teams. She gets to fire off her ability quite often. All my counter gear is offensive, so I'm not sure how long it'll be to get her counter. Yeah. But yeah, no, for PvE wise, a semi-speedy Seaside Belle is pretty good because you don't get hit with too much in the way of AoE. But for PvP, if you make her a little on the tanky side with effectiveness, like Spirix was saying, she is pretty solid. I've been wrecked pretty hard in PvP with against some Seaside Belles. Ame, you're free to play, right? Not free to play, by the way. I find saving molas is kind of like, I don't know. It's like elixirs in RPGs. Like, you'll save them forever and then just like never use them. And then as soon as you do, you'll need them for something else. So personally, what I've been doing is like whenever I shift teams, or I get somebody that I think that's going to be really good, I will invest the molas. Like Seaside Belle is definitely a good way to a good unit to put into. How do I build Fallen CC? Oh, I don't have her, but when I do get her, I would like to build her medium tanky, but like a little on the speedy-ish side, just to get the shield up. I'm not very free to play, by the way. I'm just dumb. I mean, same. Are you taking off, Fox and Socks? Have a good one. Have a good one. Also, for molas on SSL, put the molas into S1 and S2. Yeah, no, with my bell, I have my points in, and usually with molas, if you can reduce a cooldown, it's usually worth going at least to the cooldown. That is very typical. If you can go through and get a reduction in your cooldown, then it's pretty solid. Not that in PvP games usually typically go that long, but I know if you're like looping with Oxlots or regular lots, the 1 turn reduction will actually help, because you can get way more turns out of whoever your carry is. So getting those is pretty solid. But I don't know how many molas do you actually have? Does it not show in here? Am I missing it? I guess I could just go look at your skill enhancement. $23 and 2. Yeah, you could definitely invest in Seaside Belle. She'll carry you quite a bit until you get your A Vildred and a couple other characters up. Do you have the dreaded Corvus? Prepping Golem team. Nice, Kazami. Soul is super good. Ame, do you have a Golem team? Because I mean, you do right here. Soul, Tam, and Ravi should just be able to clear Golem for you, no problem, to get some of that tanky gear going. Could probably throw in that Tenebria as well. Also, am I just missing it, or do you actually not have a Corvus on your team, on your account? Have you just like burnt every Corvus that you've gotten? The Necro and Undine on her is actually pretty good. How does she, like, where do you use her and how does she work out for you? Because actually she would be really good for Oxlots pushing. Because you could push her forward and then just be like, boom, blow stuff up, and then Necro would push her even further up, so you'd have a better chance at getting her moved forward. So if you want to use her at the moment for your cleave, that would be not bad at all. Do you use her for farming? This has got to be like waifu material for you, right? Because I mean, overall she's okay. I don't see her used very often. Yeah, no, regular Corvus is an absolute monster now. They definitely overtuned normal Corvus. She's my cleave. I just started using Vildred for speed imprint. Yeah. 3330. Do you have all of your breaths? 3333. 11111. I actually took like all but one out of that. Gold. This isn't too bad. How often do you use this though? How often do you use your alchemist steeple? Fairly regularly, or? Because I mean, honestly, I wouldn't really craft too much without 333 in this in the workshop. Not that crafting is very good in the first place, but yeah. I think for your sanctuary, you're fine. Fair enough. So yeah, I would say overall, things that you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to work on your oxlots, and you're just gonna want to just farm Wyvern, man. Like, you got to get some better speed tanky gear, like speedier gear. Even purple gear, what I usually do is I put +9 into it, and if I don't get at least 1 to 2 speed increases, I just get rid of it. I'll just feed it to something else, just to churn out that that gear, just to get the best stats. IDK, why they release Steeple if most already have all their Orbis used? Yeah, no, it's kind of it was kind of lame that they put out Steeple at that time. I like BBK. The thing is, though, is you've got to invest real hard in her in order to make her shine. Not so much as in a Vildred. But what you can do right now, as well, Ame, do you have the side story done? Because with Seaside Belle, you should be able to just solo the hard levels and then run 3 fodders. So what I would suggest is just to finish this out, and what you should run pretty much as your team is and so you pretty much run whoever. I mean, it is kind of boring, but you got a fodder farm anyways. Also, because you don't really need, like, if you're using the character for that's like got the rate up, the ability up here, like, you're not going to really need to use anything, any healers or anything. So I would just go to the ruins. The other thing too is there's decent catalyst drops down here. Hey, what's going on, Lance? So, like, even if you ran hell mode, so they're all water. Yeah, it should be fine. But yeah, so that's what I would suggest, Ame. get some gear for your Cartuja. Actually, he'd be pretty good to increase his skills. Focus on Arbiter, Vildred, and Oxlots. And then, yeah, I think those should be your priorities right now. Oxlots is definitely one of your priorities. What do you have to do? What do we do to have me review an account? Just message me on Discord. Other than that, I mean, just, yeah, farming side stories is a little bit boring, but you need to get the dogs. You need to run through stuff. You need to get all of your reputation rewards and go from there. You know, using refills, using leafs, stuff like that, that's going to put your account a lot further ahead. Personally, I farm way more than I should humanly, but you need to do that in order to get your account to where you are, because you're not going to really progress without farming Wyvern, without farming gear. One of the big things that I like to tell people a lot is, you know, this game is like 95% gear, 5% what the character can actually do. There's some characters you could put the best gear on and they're still going to be bad, but regardless, you know, gear is one of your biggest things that you need to get. So, can I show you how to summon Moonlight Ken? Yes, it's oh no, wait, I was about to grab my credit card and show you my credit card. That wouldn't have been good. But yeah, no, that's you just throw money at the game and eventually you totally get whatever it is that you want. So, but I mean, you've got a lot of really good units, Ame. Honestly, you probably don't even need to summon for a while. Like, you probably don't even, like, you don't need to summon on any like really upcoming banners until it's like limited. So I would just hold on to everything, get your bookmarks, you know, in gear for like future limited characters, because you're pretty stacked as it is. Just make sure that you're working on the characters that you have right now, the ones that are really powerful. I don't think that they're ever going to nerf Oxlots, so that's a good one to focus on. I know I've said, I don't know how many times I've said Oxlots, but, you know, really, really good. And I would actually suggest leveling up regular lots as well, because then that way you have 2 lots in both of your Guild Wars teams. So you're getting that push on both teams. So that is that's a pretty solid option. Not only that, but regular lots, especially after the buff, he is a pretty solid healer, solid pusher. But like, as you can see, you can run 3 fodders and level them up. Like, it's a lot easier to level up your fodder, level up your units as well if you're just running them through while you're farming, and then also slam penguins into their face. So definitely do that. Get those leveled up. And outside of that, just kind of do like Spirix was saying, just farm Wyvern and hold on to your speed tanky substat sets, and you know, just build up speedy tanky characters, because that's really where it's at, especially at your level of PvP. Once you get up to like much higher levels, then it's like all about wars of attrition. But where you're at right now, I would fully suggest just farming Wyvern. I've been doing that in world mode because Catalyst farming is stupid. So one of the things with Catalysts is just wait until event shops, man. Wait until event shops and then just go ham on refills until you can clear the shop out. One of the best things that they have done is put all of those catalysts in the side story shops. So that's a really big thing, because usually you can farm catalysts in the side story and then buy out the catalysts from the side story, and then boom. Do you know that Oxlots works well in Wyvern 11? Is there anything that Oxlots doesn't work well in? other than things where you can't push forward and you can't buff. That's about it. That's the only places. And even then he's okay because he silences stuff and does damage. Like, Oxlots is one of those clutch characters that can go on pretty much every team. He's kind of like Tamarin in the fact that, like, yeah, you can just use Tamarin on Wyvern 11. You can use Oxlots on Wyvern 11, you know. He is a little fragile boy. That's why you build him speed tanky. Like, I have him speed with hit point neck, hit point ring, just so that he can take those hits. But all right, yeah, to give you a rundown, Ame, on who you should focus on: Oxlots, Arbiter Vildred, get gear for your Assassin Cartuja, put Molas into your Seaside Bell, put Crown on your Dizzy, and get Dizzy to 6 stars. She's such a good girl that she deserves 6 stars. What else did we have here? Yeah, gear for your ass cat. General Purges might be good to look at in the future for PvP. He's pretty cool. You got SS Ock. I don't see her leveled at all. So get to grinding, my boy. That's a lot of lots. A lot of lots. Put them all into Oxlots. Work on a future Sid too, because geared out Sids are scary. Geared out Sids are pretty scary. You just got them yesterday and they're not maxed out. My Apocalypse Ravi is maxed out already. 6 stars. Come on, Ame. Gotta show your dedication. You gotta farm. Farm. But anyways, there you go, Ame. I'm gonna get off of your account now so that you can get all that stuff done. But I think you've got a good base. You just gotta get the gear. You gotta get the levels, you gotta get the gear. Focus on those ones. And then yeah, how are you doing in raids? Is there anything in PvE that you're having a problem with? Like Hell Karacanis or Archon? What's up, me master? I can auto the normal raids stuck on Abyss 83. Which one was Abyss 83? Abyss 83. Oh, this one. This one sucks. Yeah, this one sucks, dude.